Thus did my love affair with David Foster begin, with Love Theme from St. Elmo's Fire. When I heard it on the radio and I called up the DJ and I said, "What did you just play?" And they said, "Love Theme by David Foster." They didn't say Love Theme from St. Elmo's Fire. They just said Love Theme by David Foster. And I'm like, David Foster, awesome. All right, welcome to the Friday vlog, which is on love and relationships, because Friday typically is date night in most functional relationships. What I should be doing is doing these the day before to help everyone get ready for the day. And then I should call it the Friday vlog, but do it on Thursday. But I don't know. Making up as I go and learning from my mistakes. My wife and I met at Southwest Airlines when we were in our early 20s. I had a beard, so she thought I was more like 28. And I think she was really excited when she found out I was closer to her age. We started taking little day trips together and dating a little bit. Our first official date was to San Francisco together, a day trip. And I asked her, "Are you going to the In-Flight Appreciation Day for Oakland?" Because we just met at the LAX In-Flight Appreciation Day, where res agents would actually go and play gate games with the customers and hokey out the airplane and give appreciation gift bags to the in-flight crews, because Southwest was the Love airline. Their stock ticker symbol is LUV, Love. We met there, got to know each other. Honestly, I was planning on, I thought it was going to be like a morning thing, and then I was going to go check out the USC campus and look into getting into film school at USC. But it ended up being an all-day affair, and we were all flying home, non-revving together at night. And she, that was an empty plane, so she took up a row of seats, just lay down like it was a bed. And I was just watching her sleep, and I was like, I really dig this chick. She's awesome. I like her. And she looks so peaceful when she's asleep. So, anyway, we went to San Francisco together because I said, "Are you going to the Oakland In-Flight Appreciation Day?" And she whipped out her day planner and said, "Let's see, you want to go to Oakland? I am available on, do you want to do this Saturday?" And it ended up being in December. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, she either didn't understand my question, misunderstood my question, or deliberately turned it into me asking her on a date. And I was like, okay, I'll just go with it. Let's see how this goes. Anyway, we had a wonderful time in San Francisco. It was my second time to San Francisco. First time was with a cappella in high school on our choir trip. And every time I've been to San Francisco, except for the most recent time in 2016, almost 10 years ago, I really did feel like I left a part of my heart there. The most recent time, we were with our kids and we were hanging out mostly on the North Shore and, the pier, Fisherman's Wharf. But it was getting to be a little sketchy. Like, not at all what I remembered in most areas of San Francisco by that point. And you could tell the homelessness was starting to get a little out of hand. So I left my heart in San Francisco, but I also fell in love in San Francisco. And does break my heart right now what's happening with San Francisco. If I could afford to, I would move to San Francisco and I would run for city council or mayor or whatever. I would do whatever I could to try and be of service to that city in whatever way I could. It is probably the most beautiful city in America, in my opinion. But anyway, we figured out we traveled well together, and we ended up getting married about a year later. We've been traveling down the road of life together ever since, and it hasn't always been the smoothest road. There's been bumps in the road, but we've had 3 wonderful children who have all turned out much better than I could have possibly hoped for. And so we are happily married. We're about to hit our 30th anniversary. That has more to do with lots of help from above, and we try to keep things as fresh as possible. I'm not gonna lie, having the kids off, scattered to the winds in their separate directions, has been kind of nice. It's kind of been bringing back the good old days. Bring back that love and feeling. A little bit like that. But anyway, I would like to go back to when I was a young teenager and sing a song, and I'll probably sing it about an octave lower than the original artist. And this is a song that, we were all freshly minted teenagers when this song was in heavy rotation on the radio. And so it may seem schmaltzy, but there is a part of me that wishes that we'd known each other back in junior high and high school. Although if we'd known each other back in junior high and high school, we might not have been attracted to each other back then. But who knows? You never know. So here goes. This is a cold read. I printed off the lyrics just so I could make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Let's see if I can play this by ear. You know our love was meant. Take that again. You know our love was meant to be. Kind of love that lasts forever. And I want you. Okay, what I need to do is bookend my baritone voice between a really low bass and a really high treble. Pretend you're roller skating hand in hand out there, all you little 13 and 14-year-olds, 12-year-olds even, out there at the Galleria roller skating hand in hand. Take you back to the good old days. You know our love was meant to be. Kind of love that lasts forever. And I want you here with me. From tonight until the end of time. This song is also from when our recently dearly departed prophet and our newly set apart prophet, Russell M. Nelson and Dallin H. Oaks, respectively, first started in the Quorum of the 12. I think this song was in heavy rotation on the radio back then, as well as the whole Footloose soundtrack. Maybe I should do something from Footloose. Ooh. Looking into your eyes, I know I'm right. Love is worth the fight. I don't let you go. I out of my reach. All right. Back to the Cetera. You know what? I'm just gonna skip a year ahead, and I'm gonna play an instrumental. I'm not feeling the vocals today, so I will play an instrumental that takes me back to my youngest, most romantic self. Thus did my love affair with David Foster begin, with Love Theme from St. Elmo's Fire. When I heard it on the radio and I called up the DJ and I said, "What did you just play?" And they said, "Love Theme by David Foster." They didn't say Love Theme from St. Elmo's Fire. They just said Love Theme by David Foster. And I'm like, David Foster, awesome. But then, 1987, a new Michael J. Fox movie comes out. Now, we've already been swept off our feet by the romantic, amazing rom-com / sci-fi thriller tweener amazing movie called Back to the Future, where Earth Angel, the one I adore. George and Lorraine have their first kiss on the dance floor, and it's not because of Florence Nightingale syndrome this time, it's because he decked Biff in 1955. But then 1987, Michael J. Fox does The Secret of My Success. And more David Foster awesomeness. And a little something called Gazebo. water fountain, where he sees Helen Slater drinking slow motion from a water fountain. Kick in the saxophone. Pretend this is a saxophone. Anyway, but our wedding song was Celine Dion, who also was kind of launched by David Foster. I guess what I'm really trying to say with all of this is I really like David Foster. I like the power that the music of David Foster has had in my life. You know what? I really hope he does make it on Broadway. And I hope he gets that EGOT finally. I think he has the ego. I think he has the Emmy and the Grammy and the Oscar. All right, go have a date night, even if you just watch a movie together. A lot of movie snuggles, in the foundation of my marriage. A lot of movie snuggles. A lot. Big, important. Movies rule. Rom-coms are awesome.
Hey, here in LA.
What'd I do if I stayed? How would it work?
We'd see each other, not push it, take it easy the first couple of days, and then marriage, kids, old age, and death. I don't know.
And if I were to go?
All I know is, on the day your plane was to leave, if I had the power, I would turn the winds around. I would roll in the fog. I would bring in storms. I would change the polarity of the Earth so compasses couldn't work, so your plane couldn't take off.
Why is it that we don't always recognize the moment when love begins, but we always know when it ends? this. A kiss may not be the truth, but it is what we wish were true.
There's one thing I need to know. Did you do this? Did I do this? How did this happen?
There is someone for everyone, even if you need a pickaxe, a compass, and night goggles to find them.
Rule. Rom-coms are awesome. So are scary movies during October. Guys, take your lady to a scary movie and let her cuddle you. That's all I'm saying. Later.